Hi, welcome to Kitchen Garden Therapy. Today I'll share with you a recipe of my favorite cookies. These are almond meringue and I flavor them with rose and cardamom, but you can do any flavor you would like to. And these are so easy to make. Basically, you just need 3 main ingredients and then your flavoring. To start, you have to measure 1 cup of sugar. I'm using 2 because I'm making a double dose. You need 1.5 cup of almond flour, and I'm using Kirkland brand because it's super fine and it makes delicious cookies. And you need 4 egg whites, but I'm using 8. And you have to whip the egg whites. Also, I'm using rose water and cardamom as my flavoring, but you can use whatever you feel like. You can use lemon zest to make them lemon flavored, also vanilla, of course. Another popular choice would be cinnamon, especially now for fall. You can even make them pumpkin spice flavored. Anything you like. But my favorite are rose water with cardamom together. These are Middle Eastern spices that I enjoy adding into my cooking and especially baking. Cardamom is so warm. So this is the recipe: 4 egg whites, 1 cup of sugar, and you can use any sugar replacement, and 1.5 cup of almond flour. You have to whip the egg whites until stiff peaks form and slowly add sugar 1 spoon at the time, and then you fold in the almond flour and your flavorings. It's as easy as that. So you can see now my egg whites are almost ready, and I'll be adding the sugar 1 spoon at the time. And then after that, I'll fold in the almond flour. If you're using sugar replacement, make sure to use the one that has 1-to-1 ratio replacement, because in this recipe you have to make a meringue, which is whipped egg whites with the sugar or the replacement. And if you use liquid sugar replacement, the meringue will not form. It will just not get whipped to the consistency required for this recipe. So just a little side note, if you're using any of those things, sometimes I use sugar replacement and it works just fine. My favorites are monk sugar with stevia. And this is the consistency you would like to achieve when whipping your egg whites with sugar. It has to be like this. Now you can start adding almond flour, but you have to switch the whisk for the spatula. It will be much easier to fold it and mix it in very slow. Make sure not to let the meringue to get flat. And after you mixed your almond flour in, then start adding your flavorings. In my case, it's cardamom and rose water. So I don't measure my cardamom, I just sprinkle all over, around a teaspoon, maybe 1.5 teaspoons, and then a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of rose water. You preheat your oven to 300 degrees and just spoon your cookies on the baking sheet. Baking time is from 15 to 20 minutes depending on your type of an oven. And here they are, delicious almond meringue cookies. They're perfectly soft and just so yummy. They are great to make for holidays, for any get-together, or just to have with your morning coffee or afternoon tea. And this recipe makes a bunch of them. Well, I did a double dose, so I got around 50 little cookies. You can make them bigger, smaller, whatever you like. Make sure to adjust baking time accordingly. and they are very soft. If you let them stand at room temperature, they may dry out a bit. So if you want to keep them being soft, make sure to put them in the cookie jar or wrap them up with the plastic. And they are good for about a week or even a little bit longer. But who let them sit longer, right?